Hey, my name is Brian Durden. I'm the Vice President of Solutions Engineering at Rancher Government Solutions. I'm here today to talk with a fellow Brian over at Grafana Labs, and we're going to talk about some cool stuff.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm Brian Galfond. I'm on our Solutions Engineering team here at Grafana. Been here for about a year, and I'm on our public sector team.
So one of the things we were chatting about earlier was some of the common places that we work together. So with Rancher Government Solutions, one of our big thing is working in the open source, open standards community and working with partners like Grafana to deliver new capability, not on our products, but also theirs as well. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And then one thing that we started discussing is how Grafana is used as that visualization layer on top of these containerized workloads that are running in RKE. And so, the unique thing with Grafana is that you can use it to query external data sources. You don't necessarily have to bring all the data into our ecosystem.
That's cool.
And now you've got one place to visualize and correlate all these different types of telemetry.
Yeah, that's a very cool topic because I think you'll probably agree one of the biggest problems, at least in the federal space, is because of the highly technical nature of Kubernetes and Kubernetes accessories, as we like to say with the Hank Hill reference. Things get very difficult, and so being able to visualize that data in a more simplistic way that's tailored to the operator and the operator's mission is just it's a good thing all around. So.
Absolutely, yeah, and we've really grown right as that de facto observability tool that sits on top of these containerized workloads. So we've got very strong coupling with Prometheus as well, which we were talking about also as a standard for gathering things like node metrics, and then you can bring all that together in Grafana and then use Grafana to dashboard on that data, build out alerting and incident response workflows as well.
Yeah, as in the past, I've coached teams and coached customers on embracing kind of an SRE mindset and moving in that direction. And you usually start looking at what does day two look like?
Right.
And it's usually almost always going to involve Grafana Labs at some degree because y'all are the ones delivering the SLIs and SLOs, at least the metric itself, to be able to address, do I need to have an error budget? Do I need to switch over to more features and try to make those metric-based decisions? So.
Exactly, and you can craft those SLOs, you can build out automated alerts from within Grafana. And then in terms of deployment, you have some flexibility too, right? There's the open source for visualization. We have an enterprise offering. Earlier this year, we actually rolled out a FedRAMP High offering as well, which has been exciting, and we can talk more about that. I think one of the interesting pieces, though, most people know is for the visualization, right, and the dashboarding. We do also offer those telemetry databases as well, right? So we've got Mimir for metrics, our version of Prometheus, Loki for logs, and Tempo for tracing as well.
One of the things that I've never had a chance to mess with, and I've always wanted to, because my past background has been as an engineer, as a developer. So I was slinging C and C++ a very long time ago and have been coding for a while, and only recently I've moved into the DevOps space. Mm-hmm. But your trace tool is one of the things that really caught my eye, because writing containerized applications in Kubernetes space, while it's cool, it invites its own set of problems, being able to figure out which microservice did what, and being able to trace a command path all the way through is very compelling, at least to me as a developer.
Absolutely. No, tracing is one of my favorite things to work on. And so you kind of hit the nail on the head. We have strong couplings with open telemetry. So if you've already got some tracing and instrumentation set up, you can just bring that over and send that to Tempo. Beyond that, we've got our own toolkits and our own SDKs, so especially Grafana Alloy. One thing I would call out especially is Grafana Beta. And so we've got this auto instrumentation using eBPF. Right. You can drop that into your clusters, and you've got a ton of instrumentation out of the box on day one that you can just feed over to our backends.
We're going to need to talk after this because that sounds pretty compelling. One of the places we're able to deploy applications, not just Grafana, but applications in general within Rancher, is at different tiers. So on my kit here, I'm running Harvester on the metal. But if you've messed with Harvester, you're probably aware it's RKE2 with a little bit of Rancher thrown in on the metal to manage VMs and containers adjacent. Mm-hmm. But it has its own application catalog, and one of those is Rancher monitoring. Now that Rancher monitoring is comprised of Grafana Labs and Prometheus, but I feel like extending it to a full-blown subscription to Grafana would behoove infrastructure operations in a big way. It would make things a lot more solid.
Absolutely, and there's a ton of value, of course, with the open source. We encourage people to use it.
Yep.
I think by default, that's what we have embedded in there in your monitoring solution. And then, of course, there's an enterprise offering. So especially once you start to hit a point of scale and criticality where you need things like multi-tenancy, access controls, additional integrations, performance enhancements, to name a few, right? That's where then some of our customers would turn to us, start to leverage the enterprise offering, and especially when they hit that point of scale. It makes sense.
We find when we dive in the same area, the big things that hit us is usually security questions. How do I harden things? Is it FIPS? Do I have supply chain security? How do I maintain that integrity? Things like that. So I know that's another thing that, you know, the whole Grafana aspect of running on the metal kind of brings.
Absolutely, and there's different avenues, of course, that customers of ours will take in the public sector to get pre-approved, hardened images. And then beyond that, again, I called this out, but we have our FedRAMP offering as well. So for customers that are looking to start offloading some of the overhead and the maintenance, not only just Grafana, but those telemetry databases as well are now areas where you could even offload those to a FedRAMP IL5 environment that we offer as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, Rancher's multi-cluster nature would allow customers to forward up into those SaaS offerings because we just integrate with everything. That's really cool, though. Again, another topic we need to talk about after.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got a few that we'll need to dive into.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so thank you much for listening. Appreciate it. Again, my name's Brian. This is Brian. Had a fun time nerding out. Hope to see you again.
Absolutely. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, thanks. Brian.